YouTube, what's the motherfucking deal, y'all? It is your boy, Prince Peter Prince, back at it again with a new reaction video, baby. Yes, sir. You already know what's going on, man. 3 Less Gang, we in a building. What's the deal, y'all? We back with a new Swamp Stories reaction video, alright? It's gonna be a dope one. Hells Angels versus Mongols, you feel me? We got motorcycle gangs in the building. Look, if y'all don't know, motorcycle gangs been going crazy. They always been crazy. I don't know. Have y'all heard of that show? They used to play on a while back. What was it? I believe if you had Time Warner, it was on channel 64. It was the History Channel, I believe. It was a show called Gangland. That's where they had showed all the little gangs and shit in different states and whatnot. They had the Mongols and the Hells Angels up there. So I already know a little bit out there. Maybe Swamp Stories can get in detail, you feel me? Tell us what's going on in these streets, you feel me? But if you like the video, go ahead and make sure you leave a like right now. Make sure you comment down below what you want me to react to next, man. Make sure you sub, man. Hit the sub button while you at it. Just a boop and a boop, you feel me? Just a click and a click, you feel me? We on the road to 500 subs, baby. We almost there. Might as well join the 3 Less Gang, baby. So we better get into it, all right? Let's get it.
Welcome back to another episode of Swamp Stories. For this episode, we cover a very interesting topic. But before we get into it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. You can also follow the Instagram page as well. So let's get into it. If anyone has been to rural California or rural Nevada, you know these places are nothing like the rest of their states. They have a totally different persona, far from avocado toast and low-fat lattes. So for a second, imagine yourself in a small town like Virginia City, Nevada. No, maybe that's unrealistic, so let me start.
That's a whole city?
Instead, imagine yourself.
That's a whole city? Hold on. Now pause some shit over. Shit. Okay, I don't think I did. All right, bet. Let me see. Hold on. Where? San Francisco. I never. Man, look. If it ain't Reno or Vegas or the cities inside Vegas, I ain't heard of it, Jack. I ain't heard of it, man. Let me see. Virginia City.
That's unrealistic, so let me start over. Instead, toast and low-fat lattes. So for a second,
is that what it looked like for real?
imagine
No.
yourself in a small town like Virginia.
No, that's not what it looked like. That can't be.
City, Nevada. No, maybe that's unrealistic, so let me start over. Instead, imagine yourself driving from the Bay Area up to Lake Tahoe. You get past Sacramento and now you have about an hour left to go. But all of a sudden you get hungry, so you end up pulling over in Placerville, California. You sit down at the first restaurant you see. So here comes the waitress. She smiles while holding on to her last 2 teeth and welcomes you to Placerville. Anyways, you finish your food and head for the door. You look up and see a large group of tatted.
What is that?
Here comes the waitress. She smiles while holding on to her last 2 teeth and welcomes you to Placerville. Anyways, you.
What is that? Is that eggs?
Finish your food and.
What is that? Ugh. Hold on, man. Did I just turn this brightness down? Hold on. Yeah, turn the wrong wire. There you go. Let me turn this brightness down. Hold on. Let me see. Oh, yeah, that's better. Oh, yeah, it's a lot better, actually. A lot better. Let's see. I'm over here tweaking my shit. I should be doing this shit before the video, but fuck it. I'm not trying to look too bright. Yeah, no, this would be cool. Yeah, right there. Right. Yeah. Right there. Okay.
And head for the door. You look up and see a large group of tatted and bearded men on motorcycles. And before you know it, they storm past you smelling like stenching body odor and booze. You may think nothing of it and assume they're just middle-aged men having some fun together. And that could very well be the case, but you could also be completely wrong. You could be in the presence of one of the wildest underworlds in America. Either way, these are the kind of people that we're dealing with in this video. But don't think that Placerville is the only example. This kind of world world exists all over, from Lawland, Nevada to Victorville, California. So I hope that gave you an understanding of the vibe for this video. But in order for everything to make sense, let's head back to 1945. After World War II, many veterans came home struggling. They had seen and been through so much during the past decade. On top of this, many of them came home lonely, without a sense of family or camaraderie, just left to sit alone and think about everything they had been through. So in order to solve these two problems at once, groups of veterans came together and started motorcycle clubs. Although there is no way of proving this, it's casually accepted that
Spectrum presents
Hey man, motherfucker beat go. Motherfucker beats he be using go crazy.
Does downloading
What the fuck about this ad though?
one club came first, and that takes us to Bloomington, California. Located just west of San Bernardino, Bloomington was a small, poor town, and kind of still is. And here is where a small group of motorcycle riders joined together to start PBOB, also known as the Pissed Off Bastards of Bloomington. The idea was to be
the fuck kind of name is that? Pissed
fierce.
Wait, hold on. Oh, hold on. Like, I'm not. Stop playing. Come on, man. Hold on.
Still is. And he together to start
PBOB,
also known as the
Pissed Off Bastards of Bloomington. What the fuck kind of name is that? Pissed Off Bastards? Okay.
The Pissed Off Bastards of Bloomington. The idea was to be fierce, somewhat rowdy, and to use this as an escape from the confines of society. And after them, a handful of other motorcycle clubs formed as well. The guys were definitely rebellious, but many will say that they weren't doing anything except riding around. So because of that, no one really had a problem with them. Yet. And that takes us to July 3rd, 1947. Starting in 1930, the Northern California city of Hollister hosted an annual motorcycle racing event on July 3rd and 4th. Thousands of people would come from all over the West Coast to watch and show off their bikes. At the time, Hollister's population was only 4,500, and they had a grand total of 7 police officers. That meant that the entire event was patrolled by 7 people. But at the time, this wasn't a problem because things were always peaceful. However, 1947 would bring a new presence to Hollister. After the event, all of the motorcycle clubs congregate at the local bars and restaurants. And for whatever reason, after a while, everyone began bumping heads. The legend says that the Market Street Commandos of San Francisco got into it with PBOB, the classic NorCal versus SoCal rivalry, even in 1947.
Let me throw up. Hold on. What is that? Hold on.
San Francisco got into it with PBOB, the classic NorCal versus SoCal. Even in 1947. Well, unfortunately, this set the tone for the rest of the night. Complete chaos ensued, and the reckless behavior would not stop until the morning of July 5th. That was 2 straight days of madness and only 7 officers to mitigate. They completely trashed the town of Hollister, and the whole thing became national headlines. Although the situation was crazy, the newspapers vastly exaggerated and scared civilians everywhere. This was the mainstream world's introduction to motorcycle clubs. Nothing but negativity attributed to their way of life from the very start. And it only made it worse that 2 months later on Labor Day, the same thing repeated itself in Riverside. This time between PBOB and a local rival called the Outlaws. The Riverside event made a lot of people upset with motorcycle clubs once again, even to the point where the Riverside sheriff called them out for being rebels. In response, the American Motorcycle Association responded by saying that 99% of the members are good people. The statement was laughed at by everyone.
They got a union
even the
for this
bikers
shit?
themselves. And this
They got a motorcycle union? Okay. Alright then.
This is when they started calling
I'm not mad at it. Not at all.
themselves
Not
the
at all.
1%ers to represent the 1% who aren't good people. And this identity caused a lot of issues because the clubs became completely lawless. It got to the point where some members were fed up, even a top leader.
So that's where they got the 1% from?
By everyone, even the bikers themselves. And this is when they started calling themselves the 1%ers to represent the 1% who aren't good people. And this identity caused a lot of issues.
I didn't know that. I always heard about the 1%, but I never knew where it came from. So it just really came from the niggas trying to be different.
Members are good people. The statement was laughed at by everyone, even the bikers themselves. And this is when they started calling themselves the 1%ers to represent the 1% who aren't good people.
Oh, no, actually, it's a troll. They're trolling. If we're being technical here. Trolling. Because they're not. They just laugh. Yeah, they're trolling. Ha, 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 hee hee. Got it.
And this identity caused a lot of issues because the clubs became completely lawless. It got to the point where some members were fed up, even a top leader of PBOB. That would be a man named Otto Friedli. Otto was fed up with the direction that PBOB was taking, so he quit the club and started his own. On March 17, 1948, Otto met up with a group of...
Shit, y'all niggas is wild, weird. Fuck y'all niggas. Start my own shit. Fuck out of here, nigga.
Friends to organize their own motorcycle club. They sat down to find a name and...
If you're a college student like me, especially, you need Grammarly in your life. Grammarly is a digital writing assistant.
And a man named Arvin Olsen made the first suggestion, the Hells Angels. At first, everyone was skeptical, but once he explained the origins, they all caved in. While serving in China, Arvid's squadron was nicknamed the Hells Angels, and he wanted to recreate it in America. So with this identity, the guys went out and recruited some members. Initially, they made Fontana, California their headquarters, just west of San Bernardino.
Them niggas was like, man, look, this ain't just no name, nigga. It came from the trenches, nigga, the real trenches. Bringing it back. All right. I respect it.
10 years, the Hells Angels started spreading all over California. And that takes us to 1953. This is the year where the Angels began expanding up north. It started with a San Bernardino member named Rocky Graves. In early 1953, he moved up to San Francisco and established the Frisco's Hells Angels. In order to do this, he went around the city's lower end neighborhoods such as Crocker, Amazon, and the Excelsior, and that's where he recruited. By the end of the year, he recruited 13 full-time members. And just a couple of years later, the same thing would occur across the bridge. That takes us to a man named Sonny Barger. Sonny was born in the town of Modesto, but at the age of 4, his mother left the family and his father had his own battles. So as a kid, he moved in with his grandmother in Oakland. There, he lived a rough upbringing and ended up dropping out of school at the age of 15. Well, long story short, his teenage years were wild, so he knew he needed some sort of structure. So in 1957, he decided to start the Oakland Hells Angels. Sonny was fierce and was definitely a problem starter, so many of the Southern California chapters did not like him at first. Rumors say that at the initial Angels meetings, he got into it with plenty of Southern California members. However, because of this, the founder Otto Friedli started to like him. He knew right away that Sonny had leadership qualities and he loved his straightforward attitude. So the next year, Otto caught a case and ended up appointing Sonny Barger as the leader of all the Hells Angels. This meant
niggas is catching cases out here. This niggas on some bikes, guys. Sheesh.
That everyone who didn't like him now had to follow his orders. However, this may not have been a good thing because the next decade was awful. By 1965, they were no longer just a rowdy motorcycle club. Now they were knee-deep in the underground world. It all started when Sonny Barger found a new way to get rich. I won't say what it was, but given the 1960s, I'm sure that you can imagine. So the Angels were no longer riding around for fun. Now they were transporting things.
Crack? Niggas doing crack? Crack? It was doing crack?
For Sonny Barger. You'd think that he would try to keep his operation low-key, but that was not the case. Every member wore a leather vest with the Hells Angels logo in the middle. On top you have the club name and below you have California. This is known as a bottom rocker. It may seem silly, but having California on the bottom rocker was a big deal. They were the only motorcycle club to have it and they made sure to keep it that way. To the point where no one would be foolish enough to try to put it on theirs. Or maybe not. And that takes us right back down to Southern California. Right next to East LA, you have a small city called Montebello. And this is where a new motorcycle club popped up in 1969. The Mongols Motorcycle Club, named after the Mongol Empire of the infamous Genghis Khan. That's because their mission from the start was to conquer California. Their vest initially just had their logo with Mongols above it, no bottom rocker. And their primary operation was moving Jesse Pinkman, if you know what I mean. On top of this,
Niggas was selling that white girl. I said they was selling that white girl. I said they was selling that white girl. They was selling that white girl.
they began getting involved in all
Oh shit, my fucking mic. Hold on, guy.
sorts of different underground activities. The Mongols were truly no one to mess with since the very start. Well, all of this was good and dandy with the Angels. We stay in our lane and you stay in yours, mutual respect. However, that would change in 1977, so let me set the context. In 1976, a Frisco Angel named Chester Green got into a disagreement with his fellow members. He got so angry that he decided to renounce his membership and move down to LA. And there he joined the Mongols and told them how weak and pathetic the Angels really are.
Wow. You a op ho. You a op ho. Man, this nigga's like that, man. That fucked the whole game up. You mad and you gonna go to the enemigos? You gonna go to the enemigos and politic with them? You like an angry bitch who mad and call his ex-boyfriend saying and talk to your homegirl about her ex nigga, talk about his dick little now. Bitch, you was just sucking this shit last night. What are you talking about? Why my dick little today when you was suck? It wasn't little yesterday. It wasn't little the day before yesterday. But my shit little now. Okay. All right. That. Okay. That's what's going on right now. He's saying these niggas got little dick energy.
So this made the Mongols want to try them whenever they cross paths. April 1977, Anaheim, California. While at a swap meet, the Mongols run into the Angels for the first time. Instantly, they all freeze up. The Mongols surround the Angels, and that's when the Angels realize that they're outnumbered by at least 30. Ooh. So at this point, they kinda want to run because that's the smart thing to do. But according to the rules and upholding the Angels' reputation, they have to take what's coming. So bitch. One of the Angels walks.
My man raised no bitch. Fuck, nigga.
Up to the lead Mongol and BAP! Chaos ensues. Obviously, the Mongols came out victorious, but the Angels gained their own respect for standing up. But because the Angels technically initiated, the Mongols wanted to send a message. So the Mongols leader tells the Angels that a big surprise is coming. Here's what it is. The Mongols decide to add a California bottom rocker to their vest. This was the Angels' signature attribute that they made clear was only for them. And that takes us to Labor Day 1977, 5 p.m. A pack of Mongols are riding up Highway 5.
You notice, that's how you know. If you ever pay attention to Swamp Story videos, you know shit finna hit the fan when the beat switches up like this. Like how you go from...
The Mongols wanted to send a message thing to do, but according to the rules and upholding
the Angels'
reputation, they have to take what's coming. So one of the Angels walks up to the lead Mongol and BAP! Chaos ensues. Obviously, the Mongols came out victorious, but the Angels gained their own respect for standing up. But because the Angels technically initiated, the Mongols wanted to send a message. So the Mongols leader tells the Angels that a big surprise is coming. Here's what it is. The Mongols decide to add a California bottom rocker to their vest. This was the Angels' signature attribute that they made clear was only for them. And that takes us to Labor Day 1977, 5 p.m.
This go crazy.
A pack of Mongols are riding up Highway 5 in their brand new vests. They're on their way to a Labor Day biker gathering where they intend to show off their new bottom rocker. However, little do they know 2 Angels are following them on I-5.
Damn, y'all done
This
killed
incident
y'all done
shocked the
killed them.
Mongols because the Angels took the rivalry to a level they never expected, all because of a stitching on the back of a vest. 3 days later, the Mongols gather around the cemetery to show their
That's
final
cold.
respects to Redbeard and Jingles. Oddly enough, a San Diego Angels member is there as well. He leaves a big bouquet of red and white flowers and calmly walks away. The Mongols were either too stunned to do anything, or they
It was like, did this nigga just walk up? Hey, that reminds me of the scene from Baby Boy. Where he was like, I knew this nigga just didn't come up in my motherfucking crib up and smash shit. My baby mama talk shit on the motherfucker. Hey, give me the heat, cuz. Hey, cuz, you was talking real strong on the phone, nephew. That's what this reminds me of. Oh my god.
thought that it was an apology and a sign of respect from the Angels. Unfortunately, the latter
Hell no, nigga, get down, nigga. Get down, nigga. Get down, nigga. So you thought shit was sweet, nigga? You thought shit was sweet, nigga? Oh gosh, nigga. Fuck your roses, nigga.
was not the case, and the Angels made fun of the Mongols for letting it happen. From this moment on, the rivalry has been non-stop, but because the motorcycle clubs don't have official locations and are always on the go, it's not an everyday occurrence. However, countless incidents have taken place all over the West Coast, from inside the facilities to freeways, restaurants, and even casinos. So let's fast forward to 2002. This is when the rivalry was at an all-time high. It was going down anywhere and at any moment. April 27th, 2002. It's a hot Saturday in the small town of Lawlin, Nevada. Thousands of bikers come down for the
Never heard
annual
of this
Lawlin
city.
River Run. This is an event for bikers that draws 50,000 people a year. So this means that everyone is there, both Mongols and Angels. While after the show, a San Diego Angel named Christian Tate doesn't want to stay the night. So by himself, he starts heading back to San Diego. He drives down I-40, which is painfully boring. There is absolutely nothing along this freeway. Anyways, as he's heading down
Sometimes
the
ain't
freeway,
nothing wrong
he
with
pulls
boring.
over in Ludlow, California to get gas. But little does he know, someone has been following him the whole way. So as he approaches the gas station, the man pulls up. Bang. This incident shook everyone, and here is where the
Damn.
story gets dicey. Because this occurred in the middle of nowhere, chances are he wasn't discovered right away.
So you talking about Las Vegas and ironically there's a Vegas ad. You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? Man, fuck this ad, man. I don't want to see this shit. God damn.
I know a thing or two about tradition.
I know a thing or two about technology.
Always
I'ma give
grocery
it-
shop on
Damn.
Sunday.
Meal prep
I gotta
delivery is the way
sit
to
through
go.
this. Hey man, y'all not gonna sit through
My
this,
mobile
man.
deposit.
On top of this, because he
y'all.
was alone, who would have told the fellow members in Lawlin what had happened? Also, did cell phones exist in 2002? I don't know. But either way, the rest of the night would be wild. 2 a.m. A local police officer informs the Angels that a group of Mongols are surrounding some Angels inside of Harrah's. So the Angels rush inside to help them out. And here is where things go crazy. Bang.
Damn. Damn. Damn.
This situation got completely out of hand, so the Lawlin police, who have nothing else to do, spent weeks investigating. They couldn't decide whether the Christian Tate incident had anything to do with the events at 2 a.m. But eventually, 7 Angels went down and so did 6 Mongols. However, an Angel named Frederick Donahue decided to go on the run. 6 years later, he was pulled over in a small town, and now he's doing
Yeah.
life. This whole situation was all over the mainstream news. Many
Damn,
people
you ain't
didn't
getting
know
out,
this
Jack.
biker world existed, and especially for things like this to ever occur. occur. Well, just when you thought this story couldn't get crazier, another major incident would take place. After 5 more years of chaos, one incident stands out more than any other. September 2nd, 2008. San Francisco's Angels chapter is led by a man named Mark Guardado, also known as Papa Frisco. Well, on this Tuesday night, Papa Frisco was out in the Mission District on 24th and Tree. He's getting drinks and having a good time with some friends. But that's when a Mongol named Christopher Ablett walks into the bar. Bam!
Damn.
This was a big deal, to the point where the FBI wanted to put this all to an end. Operation Black Rain.
Uh-oh, you got the
160
alphabet
search
boys. You got the alphabet boys coming. Them niggas not playing. They is not playing.
warrants and 110 arrests. From California to Oregon all the way to Ohio, they wanted the Mongols gone. They're still around, but Operation Black Rain definitely did a number on them. Not to mention that they have a wild rivalry with the Southsiders, which I can cover in a whole separate video if you guys want it. Well, on the other hand, the Angels have expanded like crazy. 467 chapters in 59 different countries. But despite all these chapters, there are only between 3,000 and 5,000 members. You may be wondering why. It's because becoming an angel is extremely difficult. It's like getting into Harvard but for the underworld. That's because the angels have some crazy requirements. For example, you have to be close friends with an angel for 5 years before applying. Then in order to be admitted, there's a vote by all the leaders to decide if you're fit to be.
Nigga, I gotta be friends with a nigga first. I mean, be friends with a nigga for 5 years. I mean, is you loyal or no? I guess.
Be an angel. They want you to show loyalty and an understanding of what kind of sacrifices being an angel entails. You always have to back your fellow brothers, no matter what. Well, in recent news, just a couple months ago, former Angels leader Sonny Barger passed away of old age. His funeral was actually held in Stockton just 10 days ago. It prompted San Joaquin's sheriff to warn about potential issues, but thankfully everything went well.
Thousands of motorcyclists revved their engines into Stockton for the funeral of HELLS Angels founder Sonny Barger.
Very, very nice man. Nothing but love for him. And
very scary at first. I was nervous, to be honest, but hey, today's been great.
nothing like that going on. I came up here with open arms and ready to, just show my condolences.
A day to honor history and focus on what unites them.
From the looks of it, the Angels have changed their persona. It seems like the brotherhood and the love for riding motorcycles are their main focus. I can personally say that I've only seen the Angels once in my life. It was years ago in Reno at a motorcycle event, and I thought that it was the coolest thing ever. Clearly, I didn't know what they really had going on, and maybe you didn't either. So I hope you enjoyed the video.
Speaking of that, I don't think I ever seen a HELLS Angels or Mongols in person. I guess maybe they don't be in Southern Cali like that. I don't know, but I ain't never seen them running around or driving around per se. But hey, it is what it is, man. They ain't checking for me and I ain't checking for them. So that is the end of the video, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed another Swamps Stories reaction video, baby. Yes, sir. You already know what's going on, man. Make sure you leave a like down below. Make sure you comment. Let me know who y'all want me to react to next, man. Artists, pages, whatever. Let me know down below. Also, full links, description down below. Twitter, Instagram, all that. Make sure you follow me, man. Get my followers up. Make sure you sub too, man. We on the road to 500 subs, man. We close, baby. We close. We almost there, and I can't do it without y'all, man. So the 400, and currently right now I'm at 426. So the 426 subs I got right now, thank you guys. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Thank you for being a part of the Three Less gang. Will not be here without y'all. I would not even getting the views without y'all. So I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. It's your boy Prince Peter Prince. I'll be back with another video soon, and I'm out.